Is it true that you thought about quitting acting before you did this audition?
Yeah, they came up for a different audition and then flew out. I really thought, I'd done a tape in London for it and thought it was going to be great. And then turned up and it was absolutely awful. And I was going to fly home the next day. And then so I went to another audition, and the next audition was Twilight. And I met Kristen and Catherine Hardwicke, and it just seemed like a really, I don't know, just went down really, really well. And yeah, it was kind of the only job I wanted to do for years.
So thousands auditioned for the role of the romantic vampire, Edward Cullen. And Kristen, I hear you instantly knew that he was the one. Tell us how.
Auditioning is such a weird thing to begin with. I mean, I knew that this was the only thing that mattered in the movie. I mean, there were things that could fall short and the movie would still stand. Like what I loved about the movie would be okay if this was okay.
Is anybody out there?
I think pretty much all like people who love each other is some kind of thing at first sight. I mean, there has to be a moment where you're like, you feel a different energy around someone.
Does anybody really know? It's the end of the beginning.
Rob was really sort of the only one that I could see myself doing the movie with. In a way that was honest and not contrived.
Are you dating Kristen?
I'm not dating Kristen. Kristen's going on with a really good actress and my friend Ron.
Changes everyone before. It's everything you wanted, it's everything you don't. It's one door swinging open and one door swinging closed.
One thing occurred to me recently that I don't really know why it didn't before. But some people, it's sort of not everybody, but a lot of people are very afraid of change, and it's a very desirable thing to think that you get to be this perfect thing forever.
And you suddenly, you lose yourself, and all the doubts and fears start coming in, and you end up destroying relationships that you have no intention of destroying. But I can completely understand the helplessness of it.
But we know we just can't let it show. It's everything you wanted, it's everything you don't. It's one door swinging open and one door swinging closed. Some prayers find an answer, some prayers never know. We're holding on, letting go.
You have to keep yourself in mind first. I mean, it's for her. It's for her love of him. It's not his personal well-being. It's her own, really. So yeah, she's selfish, but I mean that's the only way. I mean that's the only way to be honest.
It's everything you wanted, it's everything you don't. It's one door swinging open, one door swinging closed. Some prayers find an answer, some prayers never know. We're holding on and letting go.
Boy meets girl. Boy falls for other girl. Boy realizes perhaps too late that he was supposed to be with the first girl all along.
I'd just seen Into the Wild, and that's the only reason I went to the audition.
Because Kristen was in, and he had a little bit of crush. Kristen might still do a little bit, or?
Oh, yeah, obviously.
Even before they made talkies, movies were obsessed with the complications of love.
What it is, how to get it, how to keep it, and what to do when it all goes terribly, terribly wrong.
And now, over 80 years later, relationships have really only gotten more complicated.
I had to become a vampire to find the right woman.
It's everything you wanted, it's everything you don't. It's one door swinging open and one door swinging closed. Some prayers find an answer, some prayers never know. We're holding on, letting go.
And my character, who comes into the story with lots of doubt and insecurity, loses it for whatever reason when she meets this guy and is sure-footed entirely. I mean, naive, but for whatever reason is willing to sort of do anything for him and herself.
The books are very much about finding the one. Do you think that exists in real life?
Yeah, maybe. I mean, yeah, I think so.